What tools should I use as an artist? I get that question a lot. And the short answer is whatever tools you like to use. I like to use pencil, pens, colored pencils, brushes, brush pens. Um, I also like to use digital tools. It really depends on what you are setting out to create. What's the purpose of your drawing? Um, What's the end goal? Do you want to sell it? Do you want to just use it for personal use, hang it up on your wall, give it to a friend, family member? Um, are you doing this artwork for a client as part of a freelance business that you're starting out? The idea that certain tools are necessary um, for you to be a good artist. Um, I think that's the wrong question. And maybe that's not even the question that people are asking when they're asking what tools should they use. Um, there are artists who make a living by drawing with ballpoint pens. Just a standard Bic pen that you can get in a big pack of them at the store. Um, and then there's other artists who prefer the high-end tools, and that's what they use for their art. Um, it really just depends on your preferences, what look you're going for, um, and what the end goal of your artwork is going to be. Um, for example, if you are freelancing, you have a client, you have a corporate client, they're looking for artwork for a mascot design. You probably wouldn't use a crayon to draw the mascot. You're gonna for mascot designs, you're gonna want something that's crisp, sharp, easy to reproduce on print and digital materials. Uh, it's most likely going to be in vector format, so you're most likely going to be using digital tools to create this mascot. Um, that way that the client can blow it up as big as they want for large posters, large banners that go around a stadium or around their company building, wherever this may be. And so you're not going to use traditional materials to do that because you just can't get that sharpness and quality with digital or with traditional materials, meaning pen, pencil, ink brush, paint, crayons, colored pencils, finger paint. You're not going to you're not going to be able to fulfill what they are requesting. On the other hand, if you are looking to sell at a craft fair or at an art fair and you want to use traditional tools, you can use pretty much anything you want. Um, Someone's not going to come into your booth thinking, well, I'm not going to buy this because they did it in colored pencil. If your artwork is good, someone is going to enjoy it. And if you enjoy it, the chances are much more likely that someone else is going to enjoy it as well. Um, but that gets into a separate topic of what should I create, and that's for another video maybe. Um, as far as tools, what tools that I use a variety of different tools, like I said, for various different purposes. Various different purposes. That's redundant. Various purposes, I use different tools. When I created these comic books It's a series that I'm working on, 16-book series for PNR Publishing. I have a deadline, and so for these books, I'm not going to be doing them traditionally. I'm doing them digitally, so that I can um, create these pages, the comic book pages, on the go if I need to, because I do not have a lot of time to be spending on these books, and so I need to take whatever time possible that I can get. And so I have the files accessible to me on my computer and on my iPad so that when I'm at home, I can be focusing, working on these pages digitally, um, with my undo button, everything, all the conveniences of working digital, and the speed of getting pages done, um, uh, are accessible to me from home and on my iPad if I'm on the go, so that I can get these done and get them sent off to the publisher to have them printed. Now, there are ways of emulating um, traditional tools on the computer. I try as best I can to do that. It doesn't work perfectly all the time. And there are times when I prefer the look of traditional tools, but I have to look at this as, what does the publisher want? When can I get it to the publisher? Um, and how fast can I work on this? How fast can I get this done? What are some shortcuts that I can use to get this done? If it's copying and pasting some of my pencils, then inking over them, then I'm going to do that. I can't do that with traditional tools. So there's a specific use case for using the digital tools like that. Um, However, if in my case, I also have personal projects that I work on, and so um, I have a series called Ref Tunes, and recently I have decided that I'm going to do all of those tunes. It's just a single page comic strips. I'm going to be doing those with traditional tools. That's how I started out doing them, and then I switched to digital, and then now I'm going back to using the traditional tools. Partly my reasoning is to get away from the screens all the time. I would like to give my eyes a rest because I'm looking at screens all the time. And so that's another reason to use different tools. Um, because when you're using digital tools, you're just staring at lights. You're staring at lights under a screen uh, the entire time that you're working, and that can be straining on your eyes. I know it's straining on my eyes. And so to get away from that, I'm choosing to work with traditional tools. I'm choosing to work with pencil, pen, ink brush, Copic markers, watercolors, gouache. I'm picking up those raw materials and I'm working with them, um, and it's fantastic. I love doing that. I can take them outside when it's nice out and um, set up my set up my little portable easel and paint away outside in the fresh air, get away from the screen, not distracted by social media or anything. That's another topic. Um, so what tools should you use as an artist? Um, here's some things that you might be able to start out with. So start with the basics. Start with a pencil and a paper. Doesn't matter what kind of pencil. You don't have to get the fancy schmancy uh expensive artist pencils, B, HB, 6B, whatever. Just grab a pencil and some paper and start sketching. Play with the pencil. Uh, Play with um, lightly coloring with it, or lightly shading, and then going darker and darker. Um, and see what types of techniques you like to do with the pencil, and see what kind of outcomes you enjoy seeing with that pencil. Look at other artists whose work you enjoy, who are using the materials that you want to try to use, and see how they do it. See what it is about their line art that you like, that really moves you. Um, for me, I really enjoy um, a rough gestural pencil pencil work, line work, and then with some color thrown in, some watercolor thrown into that. I just really like the look of that, and the feel. Um, so think about that. Test out different things. If you're a young artist starting out, try all kinds of different materials, all types of different tools. Yeah, find deals on them online. I mean, you can go to Dick Blick or Jet Pens and find some good deals on pens and art supplies through those websites. Um, look through Facebook Marketplace, even see if someone has some used art materials that they're just trying to get rid of. My great aunt gave me boxes and boxes of artist materials and tools when I was in high school, and I still have those. Some of those I haven't even opened up, and she had paints that were from probably the 60s that were still wrapped in a package. I still have those. I haven't opened them yet. They're probably still good. I don't know. Um, maybe I can do a video later going through all those different boxes that she gave me. Uh, but yeah, artists, the older artists or people who are just trying to get rid of stuff, they'll get rid of things that might be useful to you, that some tools that might be useful for you when you're creating your artwork. So be on the lookout for those. But I think the point is to get back to the question, what tools should I use as an artist? Um, Again, I'm just going to reiterate this. Use whatever tools you want. Um, it's up to you to find a style that you like and a style that you enjoy working in. Um, a d Not just a style, but a a tool that you enjoy working with, and the look that it can produce for you. Um, so I hope that's helpful. I hope it didn't just come off as rambling, but I hope you can take some good advice from this and apply it to wherever you're at in your um, artistic journey. I know for me, it was very helpful. It's a very freeing feeling, and I learned this in college. It was a very freeing feeling to be able to just grab a few different types of art tools. For me, it was watercolor and ink and pencil, and just be let loose to experiment with those. Um, I would look at what other people are doing with those mediums and see if I could replicate what they were doing. And through that exploration, I really grew to love working with ink and watercolor and ink washes. Um, and only just recently, I started using gouache for the first time. I've only used white gouache for highlights and things, but I've really liked the way it ends up looking on the paper, and so I'm excited to dig deeper into the world of gouache. Um, so yeah, I hope this is helpful for you, and again, just pick up some tools and start experimenting. Thanks for tuning in.